Ever get halfway down the block and wonder when walking became something you had to recover from instead of something that refreshed you? Maybe your knees start whispering, your feet feel tight in shoes that used to fit like a glove. The mind is willing, but the body, it sometimes lags behind. Grandkids to watch, or a sore ankle from stepping off the curb wrong last Tuesday. You're here for clear, doable ways to move more confidently, with less discomfort, and maybe even a little joy. That's exactly why today's conversation matters so much. Not the trendy pair you grab for a dinner out, but your walking shoes, the ones that should love your feet back. A surprising number of foot, knee, hip, and even lower back issues in our 60s and beyond come down to worn-out or unsupportive shoes. Think about it. Not stretching, just gentle activation. I like to call it waking up the limbs. Picture standing at the kitchen counter while the kettle heats. You swing each leg forward and back, just enough to feel the hips loosen. Then side to side, like you're drawing a little arc. 10 or so each way is plenty. No pressure, no force, just movement that says, hey, I'm awake and we're going somewhere today. If your foundation isn't stable, everything above it has to compensate. That might mean knees that twist inward, hips that overwork, or a back that tries to absorb the shock your soles were supposed to. We're going to talk about how you can walk further without that familiar pain so your legs take you where your life wants to go. Are the soles worn unevenly? Does one shoe tilt more than the other? Are the arches caving in? These are quiet signs that your body is working harder than it should with every step. Replacing a shoe might feel boring, but avoiding joint pain or a fall is anything but. Or your lower back politely reminds you that you're not 30 anymore. And yet, the desire to keep moving to explore, to stroll beside a loved one, these aren't silver bullets, but they are backed by experience, common sense, and science. From how you warm up your joints in the morning, to subtle ways to reduce strain on every step, this video is a toolbox you can actually use. I'd be so grateful if you gave this video a like or even shared it with someone who could use it. And please, don't be shy in the comments. Let me know what topics you'd love help with next, to simply get out of the house and feel capably still alive and well. This channel is where we talk about the real stuff that matters after 40. Things that protect your body, sharpen your mind, and give you more energy to enjoy the moments that matter. If that sounds like the kind of support you could use more of, hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you won't miss a thing. It helps us grow, and it means the world to me and to the amazing community of folks, just like you, building strength and resilience together. That's the tension so many of us find in midlife and beyond. You're not here for unrealistic promises or 30-day challenges that forget what it's like to have work deadlines. So today, we'll talk about the small changes that can give you big wins. Before we go further, if you're new here, welcome. If anything we talk about today helps you feel seen or encouraged. All right, let's ease into something that might seem small, but makes a huge difference: your shoes. So here's something you can do today. Take your most worn pair of walking shoes, set them on the counter, and look at them from behind. Once your footwear is working for you, not against you, it's time to bring a little warmth into your legs before that first walk. Because motion, when done with kindness and care, is medicine, and we're just getting started. Once your body's warm and your shoes are truly supporting you, there's something else that quietly changes everything: your stride. It's easy to forget how we walk. After all, we've done it for decades, right? But over time, especially if we've had injuries, stiffness, or just years of being busy, we start compensating in little ways. Stand tall. Imagine a little string lifting the top of your head upward, giving you length without tension. Let your shoulders relax. You'll engage muscles that often sit idle, improve blood flow, and retrain your nervous system to recognize efficient movement. Your knees will thank you. Your hips will breathe a little easier. And your mind, often cluttered with to-dos and stress, might find just a little bit of calm. Then take a slightly longer step than usual, just enough to feel your heel land first, followed by a smooth roll through your foot. You're less likely to trip or twist awkwardly, and over time, you may notice less pressure on your lower back and hips. Don't force it. Just allow the movement to feel like a wave-controlled, steady, smooth. You're not stuck. Your body wants to adapt. It just needs your help, your attention, your kindness. Tiny adjustments, made with care and awareness, can rebuild the confidence you had years ago when walking felt easy. Because it can feel easier again. Not perfect, not pain-free overnight, but lighter, smoother, more aligned with the version of yourself who still wants to go out and do things. We shuffle more, swing our arms less, maybe even lean forward without realizing it. And here's the thing. We think of walking as a leg activity, but your core is what keeps you balanced, upright, and coordinated. No, I'm not talking about crunches or planks. I mean the deep stabilizing muscles or abdominals, back and pelvic floor that quietly anchor every single step. Those small changes add up. A shorter stride might not seem like a big deal, but it can throw off your balance, reduce circulation to your legs, and actually create more work for your joints. So today, I want to offer you a gentle experiment. The next time you walk, whether it's around the block, to the grocery store, or just to get the mail, try this. Even a few minutes of mindful walking like this can do wonders. And here's another thing that most people skip entirely: the importance of core support. You don't need a gym membership or a fancy routine to wake them up. Try this while you brush your teeth tonight. Stand with feet hip-width apart. Soften your knees and gently draw your belly button in like you're zipping up tight jeans. Hold for a breath or two, release, then repeat. That's it. That gentle contraction is enough to remind your body, I'm stable, I'm strong, I'm supporting myself. Doing that once or twice a day, even just for a few seconds, can dramatically change how your body feels on a long walk. Your balance improves. All of this builds, not through intensity, but consistency. So the next time you're tempted to skip that walk because of discomfort or frustration, remember this. We're not chasing youth here, we're building strength that meets you exactly where you are today, and makes room for tomorrow's adventures too. As your body starts to remember what balanced, strong movement feels like, something else begins to shift too. Your relationship with rest. It's easy to think that pain means we should stop moving to avoid strain or injury. But more often than not, the opposite is true. Gentle, intentional movement is exactly what keeps pain from taking the wheel. Still, you have to know when to pause. It's easy to let your stride shrink or your shoulders hunch when you're re-navigating tight corners or crowds. Bring back that string lifting the Kronavura head image. Breathe deeply. Let your steps carry you like you mean to go somewhere, even if it's just the other side of the food court. And how to pause wisely. Let's say you're walking a familiar route. Try this. Before your body demands a break, offer one. Find a quiet bench, lean against a sturdy tree, or even stop at the corner and simply stretch your arms overhead. Just a minute or two to breathe, shift your weight, maybe even roll your ankles gently in place. You'd be amazed how a brief, conscious pause can reset your alignment and ease tension before it builds. Think about your last walk. Have you ever paid attention to your breathing while walking? Did you stop because your feet ached, your knees felt stiff? Exhale for 2, not forced, just a gentle pattern to bring awareness back to your body. You may notice you feel more grounded, more spacious in your chest, and a bit more connected to the present moment. It's a small shift, but it changes everything. Or maybe your lower back whispered just loud enough to make you turn back early. These moments are important, not because they signal failure. Let's talk surfaces. It may sound trivial, but where you walk plays a major role in how far and how comfortably you can go. Concrete sidewalks are common, but they're also harsh, especially for joints that have weathered a few seasons. If possible, swap out part of your walk for a trail, a grassy park loop, or even a track at a nearby school. Softer surfaces absorb shock, reduce pounding on your knees and hips, and help you build endurance with less risk, especially if they're dealing with discomfort or trying to push through. But breath is fuel. It's how your muscles get oxygen, how your nervous system stays calm, and how your mind stays clear. If your breath is short, shallow, or held, your walk becomes a struggle. But because they offer information, they're the body's way of saying, I need a reset, not a retreat. That's where strategic breaks come in. And while we're on the topic of easing tension, so many people hold their breath when they move. Try this rhythm. Inhale for 2 steps. Now. And if you mostly walking indoors like at the mall or in long hallways, pay attention to your pace and posture. Because every step is part of a bigger journey, one that says, I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. Now that your steps are lighter, your breath is steady, and your breaks are smart. Let's lean into something many overlook. The power of your toes. Yes, your toes. These small but mighty parts of your body often get neglected, squeezed into narrow shoes, or left stiff after years of not being stretched or strengthened. but they play a critical role in balance, propulsion, and absorbing shock. As you're sitting watching TV or reading, take a moment to lift just your big toe while the others stay down. Then do the opposite. Press your big toe down while the others rise. Don't worry if it's tough at first. That's the point. These simple movements reawaken neural pathways that help your feet engage properly when you walk. Over time, that better engagement means less strain on your knees and hips and a smoother, longer stride. When your toes move well, your whole body moves better. So here's something worth trying, no gym, no fancy equipment. It's not just about flexibility, it's about sending a signal to the body. We're here to move with intention, not tension. What's happening in your hips, those deep, stabilizing muscles, matters just as much. Long drives, computer work, or just enjoying a good book can lead to tight hip flexors and weakened glutes. But more and more older adults are discovering they're actually freedom tools. Lightweight, adjustable, and surprisingly stylish. They give your upper body a gentle job to do, relieve pressure from the lower joints, and boost your confidence on uneven ground. And they help maintain a rhythm, almost like a dance. The result? Longer walks, less pain, and a quiet sense of independence that feels deeply good. And when that happens, your gait changes. You shuffle instead of stride. You lean forward instead of stand tall. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. Walking feels awkward or painful, so we do less of it, and the muscles responsible for walking weaken even more. And if you want to take it up a notch, place a towel flat on the floor and try scrunching it toward you using just your toes. It's oddly satisfying, a little tricky, and surprisingly effective at building strength where it counts. All from the comfort of a chair. Before your walk, spend just 2 minutes waking up the hips. Stand next to a wall or hold on to a countertop for balance, and slowly swing one leg forward and back, small range at first, then a bit larger. Switch sides. Then try gentle circles with each knee lifted, like you're drawing circles in the air. It doesn't have to be dramatic. The goal is to remind those muscles, hey, you're invited to the walk too, but your feet don't act alone. A lot of us, especially after midlife, sit more than we'd like to admit. So what's the fix? Start with activation. Many people find that this tiny warm-up improves their stride instantly. One more thing you can add, especially on days when energy is low or you feel a bit unsteady: walking sticks. Now I know, at first glance, walking sticks might feel like a concession, like something you'd only see on hiking trails or in rehab. By now, your feet are reawakened, your hips have joined the conversation, and your walk is becoming less of a chore and more of a pleasure. But there's still one more piece of the puzzle that quietly decides how far you go, how steady you feel, and how much joy you get out of each step. But your posture is your body's alignment system. It determines whether your spine moves with grace or with effort. Let your shoulders soften back, not force, just open. Your chest expands slightly. Your arms swing naturally. Suddenly, your walk feels less like survival and more like a statement of presence. Whether your joints absorb shock like springs or grind like old gears, that piece is posture. It's easy to overlook, especially when stiffness creeps in or when your eyes are glued to the ground, worried about tripping, because that's what it is, a choice not just to move, but to move well. So, the next time you walk, try this small shift. Imagine a string gently lifting you from the crown of your head. Share your story, your tip, or even a moment of triumph, because this isn't just a channel, it's a circle, a place where wisdom, movement, and joy meet. Nurture it gently, strengthen it consistently, and above all, keep using it. But it can still be strong, graceful, full of life. A little toe movement here, a hip swing there, a lifted chin, a softened breath. These are not just habits, they're your companions, quiet, dependable, and ready to serve you in every step you take. That's okay, you're not failing, you're listening, because even those slower, shorter walks are investments in future freedom. They're saying to your body, I still believe in you, and I'm not giving up on this. Sometimes, I like to call it walking tall on purpose. I'd love for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It's how we stay connected and how you make sure you never miss the simple, powerful tools that can make life after 60 feel vibrant again. Of course, not every walk will feel magical. Some days your feet will ache, your back will complain, or your energy will sag. If you take just one thing from this conversation, let it be this. Your ability to move is one of the greatest gifts you have. your walk doesn't have to look like it did at 30. So as you lace up your shoes tomorrow, or even just stroll to the mailbox, bring these tips with you. And if this video gave you something helpful, something hopeful, if something here clicked with you, drop a comment below. Thank you for being part of it. Here's to your next walk longer, lighter, and full of purpose, because you deserve it.